so let's do another recap. Oh god, I totally forgot last one. We didn't do character introductions.
That's fine. We're famous. They know who we are.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so my name is Ravage, and I'm the DM. You go to Hrong next.
I am Hrong.
I am Jillian.
My name is Erica, and I play Kit. She is a half-elf monk.
I'm Luke, the level 32 human. I play a level 2 bard named Orist.
I am Tiberius, the cosmic justicar of righteousness.
That's not true.
It's
Yeah.
a little true. I have aspirations, okay?
You're level 2.
Yeah, for now.
You're level 2.
It'll get bigger.
Pretty much, I'm
That's
just
what she
gonna.
said.
He's a grower, not a shower.
Yikes!
I heard that's not true.
Whoa! There's like 4 levels of whoa there.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Yeah, pretty
He wants
much.
pictures.
Ugh. I'm just gonna have to remember to keep doing this stuff because this is pretty bad to just forget random shit. But okay, so the recap. Last session, you guys successfully picked out like a ship you wanted, and you discussed amongst yourselves what kind of people you'd want to join on your space adventures. Add the list of the entire town folks. You guys definitely wanted Ludwig, Dean, and you picked Zandra, the Drow elf banker. You interviewed Titus, but pretty much declined him. And
Paul Blart, motherfucker.
yeah, and you interviewed someone that you haven't met, Rivera Storm, who is an half-orc female who just seemed super rough, but you all at the end decided that she seemed the best fit for your security problem.
I mean, she's gonna kill us all, but Hrong's into her, so...
Right. And there's some others that you still have time to consider, but for the most part, you settled on those characters. Yeah, pretty sure you settled on those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, and Old Gregors. You liked Old Gregors a lot, so. And Dean.
Oh, yeah. Well, if it comes down to it, I'm sure he has some parts compatibility with our ship, so... And I'm not saying in case he breaks down, if you know what I mean.
Hey yo, robotmurder.com.
All right, so what do you guys want to do next?
It's a rough life for an Omnic.
Right.
Well, looking down the list, I think the next thing to do is buy a railgun.
Which you
Railgun!
can do at level 50.
Mass driver?
Yeah, one of those you can get that, when you get the special effects DLC.
Oh, Gauss cannon.
Oh yeah, that's part of that package.
Plasma projectile launcher.
So, without looking too deep into weapons, you guys still actually do need to buy the ship and such. So you still need credits. Luwei can still advise you on how to go about it, but for the most part, you all know that you need to go get quartz from the quartz mine, and that's, I guess, the big project right now. And also, just for a tool tip, the beam sword that you guys totally have and didn't forget. It's
That Kit's been emotionally neglecting.
yeah. So Kit's had the beam sword, sitting in a room by the window, and it's charging with the little solar charger. He doesn't really care if he's with you or not, but just
Oh,
FYI.
he's laying in a sunbeam. That's so cute.
Yeah, so just letting you know, Kit, you totally still have the sword in your care.
Kit.
Oh yeah.
Did we get a name for the sword? I don't remember.
You do not know the name of the sword.
That feels pretty rude on our part.
Billy.
All right, he's Billy from now on.
Out of character question, do you have a picture of the sword?
I do not. I was meaning to draw a picture, but I didn't get around to it. But in Thundercats when Lion-O like does like the whole sight thing with like I want sight beyond sight or whatever, and the little sword has like that cat eye on the hilt. It's kind of like that.
I was thinking like generic lightsaber. I am so much more on board with this now.
Oh no, it's like because I do remember saying it's like a bit ornate and kind of almost like a movie prop, so it's like over the top, cool looking. So yeah, think Thundercats, Lion-O sword, but like sci-fi and not Thundercats trademark.
Thundercats, ho!
I will have to Google
mean,
Thundercats.
What?
Hey,
I
not everyone remembers everything about it because
Oh.
that show was a long time ago.
Snarf.
I mean I know about it. I just I never watched it.
Yeah, like not everyone remembers the sword could do that shit. And I remember
Dude,
that one Family Guy episode where they fucking exploited that shit.
I used to rent the fucking VHSs of Thundercats and tape them, and then I watched them until the tapes wore out.
Yeah, you were the first pirate.
Yeah, Thundercats were my actual shit. That's all canon for my character, by the way.
Yeah, Tiberius definitely watches Thundercats.
He watches it on his pad. It's adorable.
Oh yeah, on his underwear, the name tag, it's written Lionel.
That makes so much sense.
And now you know his deepest secret.
We solved your Thundercats puzzle.
Whoa.
But yeah.
That's a riddle I don't think everybody should unlock.
But yeah, so just for that tooltip, you still have the sword, and yeah, Dean can still hang out whenever. Walton and his crew I'll just kind of give like an overview of what things have been happening throughout the town.
Oh shit, Jillian, you're Snarf.
Yeah.
But yeah, so people knew that you were conducting interviews, and they kind of assume after some time they're like, oh, we probably got a pass. But some are keeping their fingers crossed. You don't know who, but for the most part, everyone just kind of goes like, whenever they see you, they just kind of give a nod and stuff like that. Well, like you still need to like grab help for the quartz mine, so I think some people would inquire about it.
Oh, for that, I've got a whole list.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just start things off and say like Walton's crew kind of like has been meandering about, and he sees you guys and he goes, "Oh hey, heard you guys been doing interviews. We're not super offended if you don't pick us, but it's all right. But for the most part, we're still good on helping you with the quartz mine, because, well, kinda want something to do to pass the time, so we're down to help." And like his men looking just perpetually tired, but they just seem pretty compliant about that idea.
Typical.
Fair wages for fair work. That's how we operate.
Fair enough.
Okay, so do we want to detail our proposed quartz empire? Because I have ideas.
It sounds like you
Listening.
you would like to.
Yeah.
I mean,
lay it on us. Lay it on us.
This Beth character, I think, is a good fit for being head of HR personnel management. Andin sounds like probably a good COO to keep the whole thing running smoothly. Robo Clerk, whose name is heretofore Robo Clerk, he'd probably be good for the financial side, keeping everything in line, ins and outs, quantities, that sort of thing. Becky, we could actually put to work here, keeping everybody fed appropriately. Dario, apparently, whose last name is not Naharis, would be good for head of mining operations, feet on the ground, that sort of thing. Jose would probably be ideal for, let's say, the PR side of things in case Space Greenpeace comes after us for fucking up this magnificent dust ball.
I
no?
got no complaints.
Sounds good so far.
I mean, that's about everybody except for the guy that takes naps.
Well, I mean, he's kind of useless.
What's wrong with naps?
I mean, naps are great, but when it's all you do, if you hide yourself
he only
from
said
danger and
during
nap-
lunch.
Yeah, but he also runs from danger.
Some species need
and
rest to
locks
function.
doors behind him so that he can hide and nap.
That's the other
I mean,
guy.
it's not super great for profits, if we're being honest.
Yeah, Titus was the one that you were saying was hiding.
Yeah, we can maybe
Oh, yeah.
hire Titus as put him in HR as the company therapist. If anybody feels bad and needs a hug, he's probably your guy.
We can open up a mall, and he can be security there.
Yeah, we can even get him a Segway.
So Paul Blart 5 is just going to be renamed the Titus Mall. Titus Mall Cop.
Yeah.
It's the new franchise, really.
I mean, it's the natural evolution of the series if you think about it. All the pieces are there.
Yeah, it goes from Earth and it then goes to sci-fi space fantasy.
Where he keeps little frog people from walking off with knickknacks from Claire's.
All right. Do you so that I guess like what you just kind of planned out, do you actually want to like I guess execute that plan sort of thing? Like
Do we want to establish a fledgling mining empire?
Yes.
So there's 2 yays.
because what you could do is have another town hall meeting and say what you just said to them.
I mean, yeah, we do need a lot of grunts for the like heavy work that's less specialized.
I mean, we kind of did go over the framework of that in the last town hall meeting.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we just need to gather the people that Tiberius just mentioned and see if they're on board with those roles.
I mean, yeah, Beth will be head of HR. She can put out flyers.
So let's say we're gonna do that.
All right, you just kind of want to like roll around and talk to the NPCs, and instead of telling them that they're going with you, that they're staying here.
Well, hold on. We're quartz moguls now. Let's talk to Beth. Hire her, and she can do the rest of the heavy lifting for us.
Of course.
Unless anybody has objections.
Seems like you should be the business manager. You've got all the ideas.
Yeah.
No, No, that'll be ending. Unless y'all want to grill more people on how many orphans they'd kill, because I'm down for that too.
No, I'm good.
All right, so you want to find Beth, or do you want to find Andon?
What do you guys think?
Hmm.
So I feel like Andon's a better fit. I mean, we haven't even met her,
Yeah, we have.
have we?
No, you haven't.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, we did. Wasn't she at the Well, who was at the bar with old Gregors when we were trying to get? Oh, never mind. I'm getting her mixed up with someone else. Never mind.
Andon is you haven't met her, but she's a bronze dragonborn. You haven't actually seen
Yeah,
her.
we haven't
Bronze
actually.
dragonborn.
Yeah. For some reason, I got the name mixed up with Claire,
Oh yeah. Claire's the robo waitress.
the Robo Wench.
Yeah, despite my misgivings about lizard people, she seems like maybe a good fit. So I guess we could go to Andon first, since she'll be the overall COO business manager, and get her
Yeah.
to bring Beth in and put up the flyers.
Yeah.
All right.
Shit, I should organize bake sales or something.
Space bake sales. All right, so Andon, you do know that she's the owner manager of the Rainy Desert Bar. That's actually Owen Gregor's boss. You just haven't seen her, like, ever.
Oh, so she's more of the hands-off type. I see.
Yeah, that you can gather, but it's worth a shot to like talk to her about it. So, yeah, if you want to, you can. Well, I guess you can go into the bar and try to ring up Andon.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
All right, so you go up to old Gregor's and you tell her you want to see Andon, and he goes, Andon, my boss, the boss lady. All right, I'll get you her. She usually says she's busy, but I guess I can make this a special occasion. Usually don't know what she works on. I just kind of assume bar stuff. But I'll let you know you guys are here for her. And he kind of like, what?
Summon your master, you sarcastic contraption.
Put a lid on it, yo. And he just kind of walks off. And
Hot. I remember old Gregor's having so much sass. I like it.
Tiberius is visibly unamused.
All right, so you hear, or I mean, you kind of wait for him to bring out his owner, and a few moments pass, and then he kind of walks back out and he goes, "All right, she'll be 2 seconds. Let me just kind of prepare like a space for you guys." And so he walks over to like one of the tables and like cleans it up. You hear some footsteps, and out emerges a bronze dragonborn female, and she's a bit hunched over a little bit. She has kind of these like bookwormy glasses on, and she is like wearing this kind of not like one of those like dress shirts, but it's like kind of more on the business casual side, and she kind of looks at you guys. I see you want to talk to me about something. Are you the adventurers that came from out of our system?
Yeah.
Okay, let's sit down and talk business. I suppose you have business.
Let's.
And you all will walk over to the table that Gregor's prepares. And like you all sit down. What do you wish to discuss with me? She's like
Orist.
eyeing all of you.
Orist.
What? I mean, Tiberius had the plan.
But you're better with the word.
She's not wrong.
Okay.
I also
Tibbs.
don't remember what exactly
Tibbs.
you laid out. So why don't you
Tips.
Head off.
We have a business proposal for you.
Oh, a business proposal. I'm already I already own a business. This bar is mine.
Well, we're contemplating starting up a small enterprise. Let's say a small mining consortium, if you will. And word around town is you're the one with the most experience under your belt when it comes to managing that sort of thing.
I have not managed a mine before, but I suppose a mine managing people working is still the same, whether it's a bar or a mine.
Well, with the right people, the mine should run itself. What we need you for is managing the people, make sure everything goes smoothly.
Okay, so what do uh huh what do I get out of this? It seems like you seem like you are gonna get to keep the quartz or the money or whatever, and what do you want me to do other than just kind of bark orders or keep people in line? Like what do I get out of this?
Well, my general idea was to give you the position of chief executive officer. You'd be in charge of the day to day, make sure everything runs smoothly, and for your trouble, you could expect healthy profits.
Hmm. Okay. I suppose that sounds fair. And how do I know we'll get all these profits? Who are you who do you have working for you?
So far, we have a few enterprising people, but that's mostly for our current off world operations. We have a few people in mind here who you would be in charge of, I might add, but your input is always valued, of course.
Hmm. Well, I suppose I can see who would want to work here. I I don't really I don't really dabble in such a business, but I guess with the now the mines are clear because I've heard you've dealt with the goblins. I suppose I can expand into a different industry.
Well, make no mistake here, this is an offer. I'm not begging. We just saw you as a liable candidate and thought you might be interested. If you don't feel like you have what it takes or you're not comfortable with the position, that's perfectly fine.
Hmm. I see what you mean. Well, if that's the case, then I think I would be the best to deal with this. I am probably the only one who've uh, I know the ins and outs of this bar, and I've done a lots of financial
Nice
financial.
nagging, Tiberius.
So you sold me on this enterprise. What do you expect me to do now?
Well, for now, how about we conduct a quick interview?
Interviewing me. All right.
And I call over old Gregors.
What's up?
So, since you've recently decided to come work for us, you obviously don't have any problem talking honestly about your former employer. What would you say her best quality is as a business manager?
Oh, oh, it's like this now, eh? Oh boy, oh boy. Well, she can run the ship. I'll say that. Uh, I suppose she treats robots a little differently than organics. But you know what? I'm a tough old can, and I think if I can take whatever she dishes out, I think those people will be okay working for a tough bird like Andon.
And what would you say would be her biggest downside as a manager, as someone who's worked for her for obviously some time?
Well, I guess if you can't keep all the, or yeah, if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, I suppose. So Who knows? Maybe I'm the kind of type of person who can take a little bit of heat, but if people think she's too rough on around the edges, they're gonna probably can look for work elsewhere, I suppose.
On a scale of hard but fair, is she closer to hard or fair, would you say?
How's hard and fair?
Yeah, that sounds all right. Does anybody else have any questions?
I'm pretty good with this.
So yeah,
Anybody else have any questions?
yeah. And Andon's kind of like just she has a scowl on her face, but she seems kind of approves of the situation. She's just kind of like you can see her muttering to herself, just kind of like robot. She's just begrudgingly respecting Gold Gregor's testimonial and knows that this was like something she didn't expect to just be reviewed in real time right in front of her face.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't mean to step on any toes, but the best measure of a manager is her former employees, if we're being honest.
I suppose
That's true.
yes, I agree. That is a fair way of going about. If I mistreated old Gregors, I suppose it is only justifiable that he would give you a bad review. But yes, I am hard and fair, and I am doing this and I run my business like a business. This is not a free handout. I don't expect people to slack. And honestly, the robots have helped me a lot more over the course of these years. So perhaps we'll see how this new operation will go. And if you're taking old Gregors, I will be saddened that he's leaving my service. But such is life.
Well, you passed my test. It sounds be a good fit with our company. If anybody else has anything to say,
I mean, like I said, I'm pretty good. Sounds like
Alright.
a good fit to me.
Yep, same.
well, then I think I'd like to extend you an offer.
And I accept. And she takes her hand out, and I guess, are you guys going to shake on it?
Yeah, I'll shake on it.
All right. Do you all want to shake on it, or just Tiberius?
I nervously inch rather away.
Kit
What?
starts shaking her hand.
All right, she shakes back. She kind of eyes you a little bit because you haven't said anything.
She's not holding a hand and shaking it. She's just shaking her hand in the air.
She eyes you a lot, and then she retracts her hand. But
I pull out my wand and wizard hat.
oh,
My
no.
robe and wizard hat.
Oh no.
Oh baby.
Oh, blood ninja.
So yep, she accepts, and she I guess mentions, well, I suppose we can discuss on numbers and such later, because I have yet to see, I've yet to oversee this operation, so I might as well get prepared. I suppose I can observe the mine or inspect it. Because I also would like to know what I've just gotten myself into managing.
That's fair.
Well, as a first order of business, there's a certain Beth Myers in town. From what I've heard, she would make a good manager of personnel for the mine. As our new COO, it wouldn't.
Please
Or-
do all the rest of the work for us.
Well, either you could hire her yourself, or we could go have a talk to her. It's up to you, really. but I feel like she could be a good help to you in populating the rest of the place. We do have a list of people, but I feel like a certain amount of autonomy would probably help the place run smoothly.
Yes, I agree. I do know Beth Myers. She's worked with me for doing my numbers and accounting. Uh, I, and she's been working with the other people in town as well. Since you don't need an accountant 24/7, the other townsfolk have, I suppose, they can all vouch for her professionalism. So I can deal with that. I believe Beth Myers is a good choice. If you haven't had the pleasure of meeting her, she's a very fine worker.
Oh, that's good to hear. I've only heard good things about her. I'm sure she'll be a great fit.
All right, excellent. Should I accompany you to the mine whenever you go, or is there anything else you need me to do here?
Anybody have any
Yeah, I mean-
ideas?
If you wanted to see the mine, you're welcome to come next time we go.
All right, then be sure to let me know. I will prepare some new documents and some, I suppose, infrastructure overhaul for this new operation.
Well, thanks very much for meeting us. We'll hope this will be a very profitable joint endeavor for the both of us.
Likewise, a pleasure. And she
Mr. fucking businessman here. Holy shit.
she like gets up and walks back to the back of the I guess like the bar back into her office. And old Gregors just kind of goes, "Whew, man, you guys are something else. Doing business, slaying gobos. Well, there's nothing you guys can do. You put your mind to it. I think I'm gonna
Aw.
like working with ya.
Thanks, Gregors.
Yeah, let's all have some Irish cream."
Oh, do you know what's so much worse? Laura actually bought Irish cream.
Oh no.
Fucking St. Patty's Day, dude.
Yeah, I think the Irish cream I have is long gone and bad.
You ever drink Bailey's out of a shoe?
Here's a
Would
Bailey's.
you love me?
It's a
Would
Bailey's.
you learn to love me?
All right, so yeah, do you want to go to the mine or talk to more people?
I mean, I feel like I've been talking way too much.
Nah.
If if y'all want to take the reins a little bit, I won't hold it against you.
I mean, I did all the interviews.
There's that.
I was trying to stand back a bit myself.
All right.
Anyone still awake?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do?
How far is the ship from operational at this point?
That's a good point. Where's the ship coming from? Is like sci-fi IKEA mailing it to us in boxes?
Yeah. Essentially, it's whatever money you accrue, you'll have to place in an order. Well, first, I guess first order is you still need that communicator up and running that Ludwig's working on, so he can actually get in touch with the galactic network
This
or whatever.
IKEA.
Yeah, the galactic internet, and then you guys can hit that order on Amazon Prime for a spaceship to just kind of drop in.
Next light day shipping. Okay, so I mean the mine, I don't feel like we especially need to go there except for Andon wants a tour, but I don't feel like that'll be productive until we have more stuff set up there.
Yeah, because for the most part, you have like one person uh like ready to work with you guys, the Dario guy, and
Yeah.
I mean, anyone else can pitch in and help. Like he'd be like the lead miner guy. We can say there's other people that just kind of funnel in and help. I don't want to. I don't want to like roleplay fucking 20 people.
Yeah, I feel like I'm overdoing this as small business simulator, but I feel like it would probably be best to give Beth our recommendations for the higher ups, like the management section of the company, and let them fill in the rank and file.
I mean, I guess here let's do this to kind of streamline it. Is like you told Andon, who told Beth, you know, you got in touch with Dario, and they got in touch with like other people, and you know, Walton and them, they're ready to like work in a mine. You guys can start the mining operation of gathering quartz, and you can also like inspect, you know, be with her when during the inspection, stuff like that. You guys can just kind of move forward with the mining thing if you so choose. Other than that, there's you know, whatever other thing you want to do, we can also kind of like do that and streamline it that way.
So our options are go audit the production facilities, or ask Ludwig if he knows how to build a railgun.
Oh my god, the fucking railgun. That's gonna be a real sticking point.
No, you don't understand. One day we're gonna find a hive of scum and evil fucking villainy, and you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hop in a tungsten fucking pod and get launched in that motherfucker out of a railgun. I'm gonna board the shit out of them and bring my holy goddamn justice on those motherfuckers. That is my dream.
Well,
Oh shit.
in order to get the railgun, you need the quartz.
Oh, all right. Starting small, I see how it is. So what do you all want to do?
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess I'm just giving you the option of doing other things. Otherwise, the quartz mine is like the big exclamation point thing on your quest log.
Yeah, I'd say let's start that up.
Let's do it to it.
All right, so you let Andon know, you let the rest of the townsfolk know that this is kind of what you guys have in plan, and as a little like side thing, Kit, you remember to get your sword, and the sword kind of talks to you and goes, "Oh, hello. I suppose you're my user now."
Hello, mommy.
Hello, sword.
So I can hear yeah, I hear you guys, you know, talk about stuff, and sounds like you want to go back into space.
Stabby, the tooltip sword. So I hear you're going to space now.
What was that sword?
Yes.
Yes.
What? Timmy stuck in a well?
That wasn't funny.
You're not funny.
We're having a very important conversation.
Yes.
I know. Timmy's stuck in a well.
So I don't suppose you have found any leads on where my original owner would be?
And where what would be?
So just to refresh you, I am a sword without my original designated user, and I was wondering if you have found where my user might be, or if you have any clues.
Oh shit, that's right. Side quests. No, we didn't get anywhere with that, did we? I think we talked
No.
to Hamacha about it, didn't we?
Yeah.
And Ludwig booted the thing up. He didn't know anything. Titus, I don't think would know shit.
So yeah, the sword kind of like looks around all of you, but I guess because he's or because you guys made Kit responsible for the sword, he's more impartial to her, and he like looks at her and goes, "Do you suppose there's anything in the quartz mine?" User Kit.
Yeah, probably quartz.
What was that?
User Kit, do you believe that there will be any clues in the quartz mine?
Yes. Let's go to the quartz mine.
Okay. I
We're
will,
going to the quartz mine.
and oh yeah, let's just, yeah, you're all traveling, and the sword like is updating you on like the recharge progress, and he says to you, Kit, like my recharge my recharge meter is around 90th percentile. I believe I can be of more help once we get to an area with more energy resonating minerals. And I do remember you all talk about quartz, and I can use some of the quartz in that mine to amplify
Oh,
some of
shit.
my, I suppose, homing energy resonating abilities.
Hold on, let's back up a second here. Homing in which direction? Is this like a you can find your user, or is it going to ping your user on find my eye sword?
With my homing resonation energies, it'll be I can direct you to a direction. The closer we get, the more I can pick up on specific spots where my user might be. But I suppose I will only assume that because I am on this planet, my user could be on this planet as well. It's not it's not generally probable that I would be separated from a user across different planets, and if so, that would be, well, perhaps a very bad scenario.
Okay, so guys, here's my thought. Is this feel good sword story is nice and all, but I don't especially want to paint us as a target for orbital bombardment, since we're at least somewhat sure this thing was carrying sensitive information of some sort or another. Little bit wary on this front.
I assure you, I only am.
I thought it was. Didn't the sword say it could only ping this planet?
Yes, that is correct. I can only scan this planet, but it's only within a certain radius. I can't, search the entire planet from this spot. And even if I use all the quartz as an amplification device, I can't really scan the whole planet either. So, if anything, we'll just hope for the best that my user could be nearby.
So it's not like it's gonna ping across the galaxy and make us a target.
No,
Seems pretty safe.
I don't. I'm not a massive amplification beacon. I can't do that.
At the same time, we are kind of taking the word of a sword that doubled as a secure information device. Who's to say there isn't a directive inside that thing that says, "Oh shit, I'm compromised. Fucking glasses planet, please."
He just kind of looks at you, and then he kind of looks at Kit. Is your friend always this paranoid?
Yes? Yes.
Please assure him that he's unjustified in his paranoia.
You are unjustified in your paranoia.
I'm just saying, you're talking to a sword right now
And
from said evil empire. Just thought I'd put that out there.
If you're referring to the Ark, I'm not Ark property. Well, I also let him know that, user Kit.
the sword can't move itself, you know.
Well, yeah, but if he's gonna trick us into doing our bidding, so we're a better target, or so we can help him light up his little nuke beacon, I'm just saying.
God.
Okay, calm down, scaredy pants.
All right, fine. Let's do the thing.
Do not mind all of this, Mr. Sword.
If I end up being a nuclear shadow on some fucking quartz, that's on you.
I suppose if it makes any of you all feel better, I suppose a organic tradition would be to exchange users titles. I am designated Saberline.
Oh yeah, we didn't ask him his name yet.
Saberlion. That
Yeah,
is a
you-
beautiful name.
Dandelion.
I mean, names usually come after the I'm sure this isn't going to kill me, so.
Oh, jeez, Tiberius. You're the most cowardly paladin I've ever known.
I am prepared. You notice how I'm not dead? You notice how I'm not a fucking scorch mark on some swampy ass planet in the middle of nowhere?
And
There's a
you're also
reason.
not alive.
A fair point to make would be that we are also alive.
Well, God works in mysterious fucking ways.
There is no God.
Well, miracles are real, apparently.
Debbie Downer.
I'm merely stating a fact.
And the
But
sword,
God is a creation of the humans.
the sword kind of like perks up and says like, "Yes, I don't believe that deities are a factual things, but I suppose if one wants to cope with such creations, that's up to them." But he like looks at all you guys. It is nice to finally make a formal acquaintance to you, and he like looks at Hrong, and he goes, "You are user Hrong," and then he looks at Jillian.
I am user Jillian.
User Jillian, and he looks at Oris. User Oris.
I am user Orist.
And then he looks at Tiberius, user Paranoid.
Let's not confuse.
Oh, I like this sword.
I don't trust this fancy dildo one bit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Alright, yeah, so you guys walk over to the mine, and this is like probably one of the biggest gatherings aside from like the town hall meeting. Andin is with you guys, and so is Dario and some townsfolk and Walton, and they seem ready to work, and they see some of the machineries, and they remember what and how to operate, and so you start seeing the people just kind of spread out, and heavy machinery starts revving up. It becomes like pretty noisy, and
Well, that's a good sign.
and people are just like, "Hey, this is kind of cool. We're doing our old jobs again, but not under the oppression of an empire." So it feels like they're approaching the same work with fresh new perspectives.
Yay.
And
We solved your humanitarian puzzles.
and so and then talks to you guys for a little bit about some management stuff and whatever, and whenever that's done, she walks away, and the sword starts like looking around and says, "Oh, user Kit, bring me over to that patch of quartz over there. That cluster can serve as a starting point."
Okay. So walking over to the cluster.
And you see the sword glow a little bit. It's like this blue hue and glow that starts attuning with the cluster, and they actually emanate a similar glow, and you can see his eye kind of darting like at various speeds, and you finally hear like a ping, and the Saberline says, "I believe that my intuition was correct. My user is actually still on this planet. In fact,
Oh shit!
within this mountain. So, I suppose one method would be requesting some of your miners to dig further into the mountain, into the quartz mine."
All right. You heard the sword.
What? Whoa, hold on here. Can you give us a general distance on that ping?
It varies from a couple of miles to several miles. but the further we go in with less interference from the mountain itself, the more I can get a better read.
And your last user was human, right?
Yes,
And how long has it been since contact with said human?
approximately 400 years.
All right,
Oh
so
my.
here's the deal. We're either walking into a tomb. That's best case. There's all sorts of
Wait,
nasty shit that can
can-
live in there, mostly funguses.
Hold on,
Yeah,
Mr.
go on.
Paranoid. You know the lifespan of humans is less than 400 years, right, Mr. Sword?
I understand that certain organics do not exist for an extended period amount of time, but someone like my user has a specific frequency that I can
So
detect.
you can tell that they're alive.
Not that the user is alive, but more like the registration to his, I suppose you can say, registry chip or whichever device
okay.
is
But-
still in
But
existence.
you are aware that he is most likely dead, he or she.
If my user is deceased, that is a bridge we will cross. But for the most part, if we do not find out, then we will never know.
Yeah,
Alright.
see, my big issue with this is if. This is kind of my wheelhouse. If you say human and 400 years and it's not dead, there's a whole bundle of trouble waiting in that hole for us.
There's only one way to find out then.
Oh.
We shall find your user, dead or alive.
Thank you,
Yeah,
user
or-
kit.
I'm with you.
Or both if we're unlucky.
Been there.
So who can we get to start mining?
Say that again.
Who can we get to start mining?
You know you can just I guess you can get Dario to be like to be the lead of the expedition.
Yeah, go grab Pickaxe Jerry and the boys.
So, do you wish to? Is that your notes, Pat?
Yeah, that's my notes.
Nice.
Oh, you are actually taking notes with your fingers
Pulblar.
and
Yeah.
hand and pens and paper.
Oh, bye.
And fuck right off.
Tiberius does not love Gregors.
But Gregors gives us booze. He's not British. Okay. Anyways. Cool. Thanks for sharing these. They are amusing me.
Okay. All right. So you guys call for Dario, and you point in the direction of where the sword kind of pings in like a general sense to start mining, and you all get in kind of like this.
I hide behind wrong.
Yeah, you get in this train where you are behind the workers and you are just kind of letting them do their job and slowly but surely making their way down the mountain. And this takes about an hour. It's very loud, but you can see the progress of the machines is pretty efficient, and if nothing is interrupting you guys, so I will do a little thing.
Side question. Have we had a chance to rest and say replenish spell slots?
Yeah. We'll just say like the like before you interviewed, that was like a different day. This is it would be a new day.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys have already all rested.
Whew.
All right. So you guys drill through the mountain, and the drilling goes smoothly. You are just kind of chugging along, and there's a bunch of quartz and stuff that's fallen out, and you help collect the quartz. You just let the machine just keep going, and the sword pings like kind of like a different degree, and the driver and drivers are adjusting to that like coordinate, and you work for like another hour.
Oh, Jesus. That's not a good sound.
So the direction of the sword points like it points, yeah, like I guess more downward at an incline, and you start hearing like I guess sounds of a wall crumbling, like the drill has broken through into the mountain where there's like a opening on the other side.
Clench your butt.
So the drill just kind of breaks open. There's still land like where it's drilling. It doesn't just like fall into a pit or anything, and it kind of drills itself into an incline where it leads into this big opening, and it's very dark. You guys all have, or well, the equipments and the workers, they have their flashlights and stuff like that, and it's it's light that's trying to pierce into a very thick darkness, and even those with dark vision, I guess what you see like 30 feet ahead of you, it's still very, very dark. Like it looks like there hasn't been any exposure to light in this particular cavern, and the driver stops for a little bit and just kind of awaits further instructions from the sword. The quartz around you guys are also still being collected, and some of the quartz closest to the sword is pinging additional information, and the sword tells you that you can progress into the cavern and to like the other side of the cavern to go further downward. So
Okay, let's hold on. Sword buddy, do you have a more accurate distance calculation for me? How far are we from this thing?
yes, an update for a destination will be about maybe 2 to 3 miles. I suppose another 2 or 3 hours of digging will be will be fine. And
Oof.
it does seem that the signal is coming a bit deep from the mountain within, but we are indeed getting closer. And he just lets you know that we may proceed. Hey everyone, thanks for listening. This one ended a little abruptly because the session ran a little long, so I'll split it here and continue with the next one. I'd like to thank my friend Farlands for doing the intro and outro music. You can find our music at soundcloud.com/farlandsmusic. And thanks for watching or listening, and I'll see you guys next time.